Updated the 25th of April 2018, 15:05 AESTPort Adelaide midfielder Sam Powell-Pepper will miss a third consecutive game, after the AFL found he inappropriately touched a woman at an Adelaide bar while he was drunk. Port Adelaide player Sam Powell-Pepper has been suspended for another week after the AFL found he inappropriately touched a woman at an Adelaide bar while he was drunk. The 20-year-old initially received a one-game ban from the club's leadership group for breaching curfew after the episode was made public, and missed the Power's defeat to Essendon. The incident occurred in the early hours of April 8, following the Power's win over Brisbane. Powell-Pepper also missed the Power's clash with Geelong on Saturday, after ruling himself out as the AFL investigated the incident. The league's integrity unit has now concluded its probe, and has banned the midfielder from playing in this weekend's game against North Melbourne. Powell-Pepper engaged in inappropriate behaviour that is unbecoming for an AFL player by being intoxicated in a public place and by making inappropriate contact with a female, the league said. Taking into account Powell-Pepper has missed the last two Port Adelaide AFL matches in rounds 4 and 5 while the investigation was ongoing, Powell-Pepper will be suspended for a further 1 week. The AFL also note that it has made no other findings in this matter. In a statement on the Power's website, Chief Executive Keith Thomas said it had been difficult investigation for all involved. He said there was no evidence or suggestion of sexual or indecent assault, as has been speculated by some media outlets throughout the investigation. We acknowledge that it has taken longer to reach a conclusion than preferred, and both Sam and the club acknowledge Sam's behaviour was inappropriate and accept the penalty. Power acknowledges extraordinary interest in case in an earlier, briefer statement. The club said Powell-Pepper had accepted the sanction, but said it would not comment further. Port Adelaide acknowledges the conclusion to the AFL Integrity Department's investigation into an incident involving Sam Powell-Pepper at an Adelaide bar, it said. The club said it was compelled to release a fuller statement from its chief executive because of the extraordinary level of public interest in the case. There were many elements to this incident that needed to be fully understood before a decision could be fairly reached, Mr. Thomas said. We are looking forward to discussing these issues in some detail at tomorrow's media conference. The AFL declared Powell-Pepper eligible to play for Port Adelaide Magpies in today's SANFL Grand Final rematch against Sturt. The SANFL said it was not consulted by the AFL about that decision, but was informed of this outcome only today, and would now review its regulations. When a player breaches the laws of the game because of an on-field incident, the match penalty for the player applies to all competitions, it said. However, matters of disciplinary sanction, such as inappropriate off-field behaviour, are not subject to the same requirement. As a consequence of these circumstances, SANFL will be reviewing its regulations with regards to the application of disciplinary sanction for AFL-listed players and how that impacts on its state league competition. The incident is not the only recent controversy to have embroiled the club, after footage emerged of fans brawling during the Power's 34-point loss to Geelong.